Twins loved the fresh orange juice and croissants, which were flaky rolls shaped like half moons. After breakfast, they went to several shops to buy supplies for their picnic lunch. They were going to have lunch at a park called the Luxembourg Gardens. They went to a boulangerie for bread. They went to a fromagerie for cheese. And finally, they went to a pâtisserie for pastries. Mrs. Breyer put everything in a picnic basket she had found in their apartment. "I've already planned a nice, winding route for us," Mr. Breyer announced, holding up a crinkled map of Paris. "Oops, that's upside down. Here we go. Follow me, kids." Mr. Breyer led the way. Mrs. Breyer lagged behind as she took photos of the scenery and spoke into a tiny tape recorder. Mrs. Breyer was a travel writer. She and the family traveled to different foreign cities so she could write about it for her newspaper column, Journeys with Joe. While she worked, Mr. Breyer took care of the twins and homeschooled them. In the beginning, Ethan and Ella had not been happy about leaving Brookston. They missed their house, their friends, their school, their second-grade teacher, Mrs. Applebaum, and most of all, their Grandpa Harry. Still, their first stop, Venice, Italy, had been a lot of fun. The twins had even solved a mystery when a gondola went missing, and they really liked what they'd seen of Paris so far. They crossed a short bridge and saw an enormous stone church. "Kids, this is the Notre Dame Cathedral," Mr. Breyer explained. "See those statues up there that look like goblins with wings? They're called gargoyles, and they were put there as protection against evil." Mr. Breyer was a history professor and knew lots of interesting facts. Near Notre Dame was a street full of tiny shops. A sweet, buttery smell was coming from one of them. "What's that yummy smell?" Ethan wondered out loud. "That's a crêperie, or crepe shop. Crepes are thin pancakes with delicious ingredients rolled up inside, like chocolate and strawberries or ham and cheese," Mr. Breyer replied. "Can we get one? Can we get one?" Ella begged. Mr. Breyer laughed. "Maybe later. We don't want to spoil our appetites before our picnic." Soon, the family crossed back over the Seine on another, longer bridge. After a few blocks, they found themselves near a building that seemed to go on forever. "Oh, this is the famous museum I mentioned last night, the Louvre," Mrs. Breyer said, snapping a picture. "Isn't it wonderful?" "It used to be a fortress before it was a museum," Mr. Breyer added. Ethan could totally imagine soldiers inside, watching and waiting for enemy ships on the river. "Can we go in and look around?" he asked. "They're closed on Tuesdays, but I promise we'll come back tomorrow," Mr. Breyer replied. "Hey, postcards." He and Mrs. Breyer walked over to a street stand that sold souvenirs. Ella went over to the stand next to it, which sold jewelry. Ethan joined his sister just as a line of police cars sped by, their sirens blaring noisily. The sirens in Paris sounded different from the sirens back home. Ella picked up a sparkly bracelet. "This is really pretty," she said to the woman behind the stand. "Did you make it?" The woman didn't reply at first. Glancing past the twins, she twirled her long red hair nervously. She wore a ring that looked like a coiled silver snake. "No, mademoiselle, I did not make it. Please give it back." She grabbed the bracelet out of Ella's hands. "Ella, Ethan, we'd better move on if we want to get to the Luxembourg Gardens by lunchtime," Mr. Breyer interrupted. He held a bag of postcards in his hand. As they walked away, the woman reached for her cell phone and dialed a number. She said something in French. Her voice sounded urgent. "Well, she's not very friendly," Ella whispered to Ethan. Ethan nodded. "I know. I hope she's not here tomorrow when we come back," he murmured. Chapter 3. A New Mystery. Back at their apartment, the twins decided to check their email before their homeschooling lesson. 4 messages.